This is Jennifer Prasad. Today we're going to be looking at Understanding by Design UbD template for Stage 1. And Stage 1 is all about identifying desired results. So we're going to first start off with our course and unit summary. So this is background information about the class, the unit being taught. So things we might be seeing are how long is the class? What's the grade level? What subject or discipline? So it could be like math, science, social studies, world language. Um, is it in a school district? Is it in a college or a different organization? Is there is it like a school that's um, giving the course or a department at a university? Just some good information that someone might need to know about your class. So that way we know like student population, what are you using for resources. Um, and then as we go down, we have our unit information. So what's the title of the unit? How long you're going to be teaching it? Where does it fit into your class content? So if you teach math, where exactly are you teaching? Like, where are you teaching it? How does it fit to your content standards? Um, and then as we go down, we have our unit delivery. So it could be face to face, it could be online and in class, or just online. And there's other opportunities for different ways to deliver a unit. Um, why are we developing the class time frame? Is it going to be a few days or is it going to be a couple weeks? And then it's asking us, uh, is this person learning about the information, is going to teach this in the future, or they're designing a course, or they're an expert at that subject area. Um, so the next part is our unit summary. It's just an overview of what is being taught to students and what they will build on and learn. We go down to our big idea, and it talks about how are we going to help set up the curriculum and unit to the content that will be taught, researched, and learned for students. It also is great to connect to our essential questions and allow for inquiries of what students will learn. It gives students the opportunity to organize and connect different content topics and questions they might have together. Our next thing is professional organizations for the content. So we're looking at content standards at maybe the state level or even the national level. Examples could be science standards, social studies, language arts, math, again, world language. These aren't made on your own. You're looking at actual organizations that have put in place topics that need to be taught in a certain grade or level. And then we go down to our standards and um, competencies. So these provide more detailed information with what specific topics to teach that would align with our essential questions, understandings, knowledge, and skills of students. It will also be helpful or useful when students use it for prior knowledge of content to transfer it to new situations and even in other content areas or just moving on to the next grade level. So examples of that could be ancient civilizations versus Middle Age civilizations versus present day civilizations. Our next part is transfer. So transfer is all about helping students apply what they have acquired and using it in new situations, um, and not just in the classroom, also outside of the classroom. It leads them to be independent, gives them opportunities to be independent and apply what they know to new learning without someone telling them the information. So a great example would be learning about how to make healthy choices and transferring what they learn to actual situations of when they become uh, at age of making their own decisions and independent choices of their own health. So that would be an example. Our next part is meaning. Um, we want students to be able to make meaningful learning experiences. Why does it matter what they're learning? They're trying to make meaning to their learning. So we want to explain information in their own perspective or own words on something that they're learning. So when that we talk about that, we have two things. We have essential questions and understanding. So essential questions help students want to find more than just one answer. It also gives opportunities for exploration, research, and able to come back to if needed. It also gets students thinking and spark conversation, and it also provides inquiry for learning. So they're answering questions that they might be coming up with or questions the teacher might guide them on. And then we have our understandings. Understandings help students able to understand what the big idea is asking them. Can the understandings connect to the big idea? It's not just knowing the information, but do students understand what they're learning and why something is the way it is, not just a knowledge or a skill. We want to use instruction and assessment to help with understandings because that's a huge component. So when we assess them, we can see do they really understand the information, okay? Um, and then if we come down here, we have acquisition. So acquisitions help students acquire um, content learned through knowledge and skill-based work, assignments. So we have two things. We have our knowledge component and our skills component. Our knowledge component is what students will acquire to know. So can they define something like vocab? Can they recall information um, like science terms or social studies terms? And then we have skills. What can students do successfully and how to do it successfully? Can they perform an action or complete a step by step process? So that could be doing math problems like PEMDAS. There's step by step where they have to do the equations and the parentheses and so on. Or even like science experiments, they have the hypothesis and then they move on to the next step. So those would be good examples of skills. So overall, this is our first stage. It kind of blends in how we're going to create our unit and what we're going to be focusing on. So that's really it. Thanks.